So what do you think employees need to thrive at work?
Whew, that's like a whole
That's a
episode in itself.
loaded question. Okay, fine. Pick like one or two things. If you had to pick your top two.
Yeah. I'll focus on both inside the workplace and outside the workplace. Probably I'll bucket it that way. I think outside the workplace, you have to limit the amount of worries that can truly be solved by the company. So like if people have to worry about the safety of their children, money, like being air compensation, they have to worry about if their kid gets sick, can they cover their medical costs, health costs? Like even now, like while there's been a decline in birth starts or family starts, the average family size now is 1.8. So we don't see the same. Yeah, it's not even 2 yet. It's different. This is why multifamily.
I'm 1 of 4.
Right. Oh, so you're 1 of 4. I'm 1 of 4.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. 1 of 4 was fun.
Yeah, 1 of 4 was fun. But like now the average home size is 1.8. And so multifamily's skyrocketing because they need more places to house all these various individuals. I think the difference though now is like, that means that you're going to see if people want to start families, it's going to be later in life. So things like fertility is important. You and I talked about this off camera around how much longer people are living, but like menopause is real. Like you got to be able to offer solutions there. Low testosterone is real. You got to be able to offer solutions there. We have seen a surge in pets. Pet ownership is up. So like pet insurance.
We all need comfort.
Yeah, we all need comfort, right? So pet insurance. I've always tried to take an inventory of what is the lifestyles of the employees we have at the organization, and then try to tailor the essentials we give them to help them thrive around what they have. And that's going to change. Like when I was at Equifax, the average age of employees was 46. The average age here at Greenhouse, it ranges between 28 and 29. It's like 28.4. Wild, right? That's wild. That is wild.
Oh, I remember those days.
Yeah. So to me, you have to constantly be evolving what you offer your employees to help them thrive. So that's the things I think help them outside of work. But when they show up inside of work, like whether that's hybrid, remote, in person, whatever you have for your own respective organizations, I do think there's certain essentials that people need. I think people need transparency. And if you can't be transparent on all things, you got to let people know what are off limits.
Yep.
Be transparent about the things that are off limits. It helps people out.
People are so afraid of that. But people are afraid of that. But I say like there are hard and fast lines as an organization of like the things we're going to talk about. Like we're not going to tell you why we had to terminate someone. Like I just think like that's really no one's business other than the person impacted, honestly. But I think a lot of people are like always surprised when I say like, that's something we're not going to talk about. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you don't get to know everything. And also I'm allowed to have my boundary of we're not going to tell you that thing. Like I think that's the thing about transparency. People get the most wrong as employees think, oh, we are a transparent organization. You'll tell me everything. And it's like, no, we'll tell you some things. Everything's impossible.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think companies have to do a better job defining what they're transparent on, though. And I think Mark Efron calls this talent philosophy. So we built one for Greenhouse around how do you think about performance and behaviors? How do you differentiate in people's development based on their performance? How do you hold people accountable? And then what are you going to be transparent about? Like, I think he says only 30% of organizations even have a talent philosophy. And so what ends up happening is you haven't set the parameters or the guardrails for how the company operates. And so employees, if they're leading with curiosity, which is what we want them to do in their jobs, now they're going to lead with curiosity around, well, why aren't you transparent about that and transparent about that? So I do think we have to set those guardrails.